Don't forget the Arekkz Gaming Festive Sweater and the limited edition pins are on sale right now. If you want to support all the cool stuff we've been doing, then you can pick one of these up and look super awesome in your office Christmas party. Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the world of Monster Hunter today. Of course, not only is Stygian Zinogre now in the new world available to hunt, we have the expansion to the Guiding Lands with the new Tundra region, we have some new layered armor to get, and we of course have our first look at xeno'jiiva, should I say? xeno'jiiva, whatever it is. xeno'jiiva, the new Elder Dragon. It is of course only in a kind of like recon stage right now, so we don't get to see the entire hunt. We also can't farm the armor or the weapons yet, but regardless, it is still pretty exciting. Hopefully we'll get some more news on that tomorrow during the developer diary. Of course, if you missed any of the xeno'jiiva stuff, you can check out the videos we have on the channel so far, so definitely don't miss those. I'll link them down below. But for now, I want to take a look at the Stygian Zinogre armor, because every time there's a new monster added, we always do this. We always take a look at the gear, because I want to kind of see what it has available, whether it's a good set, whether there's some cool skills, that kind of stuff. So if we turn our attention to the alpha set first, of course it looks pretty cool. Always been a big fan of Zinogre stuff anyway. I keep sort of in my mind having to sort of say Zinogre as opposed to xeno'jiiva, because they're both out today. They're both like, even though one's X, one's Z, they're sort of playing in my mind. Anyway, regardless, you guys don't care about that. Point is, Stygian Zinogre always had a really cool color scheme. Red and black is my thing, and Zinogre stuff always looks cool, so having that in like a black, red, and sort of white color scheme is just always super cool. Now, as for the alpha set, or both sets in fact, they both have the same Zinogre set bonus, so while on one hand it would have been cool for it to have something completely different, you tend to find this when it's sort of like, you know, main species and subspecies, they tend to have the same set bonus, because then of course you can do the old mix and match stuff, so you could combine parts of Zinogre, parts of Stygian Zinogre, to unlock the Latent Power skill. Of course, having Latent Power secret raises the maximum level of Latent Power. In this case, by default, just with the armor, it boosts it up to level 6, meaning you only have to then gem in one additional point to push that up to level 7. Level 6 makes it so that while active, it increases your affinity by 50% and reduces stamina depletion by 50%, and it triggers more easily. Latent Power has, of course, always been one of those ones that tends to like fall second to like Agitator, because Agitator is just more easy to activate. But regardless, Latent Power does still have some benefits. You also have level 3 windproof. You can ignore thunder attack, that's from my charm. Level 3 windproof negates minor wind pressure. You have dragon attack level 3, giving you that plus 100 dragon attack. That was of course always going to be a given on this set because Stygian Zinogre is dragon, so you know, having some kind of dragon output. You have level 2 tremor resistance to nullify minor ground tremors. You also have flinch free level 2 to prevent knockbacks and to reduce tripping to a simple knockback. Also increases some Kinsect extract effects. You have Heartbreaker level 2, which is quite interesting, having that 20% part damage. The fact this is on the gloves means if you are kind of making any part breaker focus setups, maybe like the original hammer setup that I made, the sort of KO King one that does KO and part breaking, then that having it on the gloves means you've kind of got a potential to boost that skill up quite easily. You have level 2 earplugs to reduce the effects of weak monster roars. Level 2 focus, now this one's really cool because up until this point, the typical focus go-to piece is that chest piece that you use on most sets that you want focus on. Having another 2 points on something else, like the legs, now means there could be something else you want to sort of swap in potentially. Yes, I appreciate anytime it's on the legs, it's a case of swapping out the famous Garuga Greaves, but regardless, this is another option. And you then have 1 point in Elder Seal boost, or yeah, there is only 1 point, level 1, boost the Elder Seal by 1 level. Now, if we then turn our attention to the beta set, similar kind of thing, you do still have the Latent Power secret, and it still gives you the 6 points, or the level 6 in Latent Power, so you haven't lost anything there. You have level 3 windproof, level 2 part breaker, level 2 focus, so all of that stuff is still intact. Of course, tremor resistance and flinch free have dropped down by 1 level. Earplugs is level 1, and you've lost your dragon attack and your elder seal. So nothing too drastic. Of course, we then have the slots. Alpha, of course, having the lesser slots, but there's still actually quite a lot of stuff to play with here. The helmet has a level 2 and a level 1. The chest piece has level 2. The arms have level 2. The waist has 3 level 1s, and the legs have 2 level 1s. Meanwhile, for the beta set, you have a level 4 and a level 1 in the helmet, a level 4 in the chest, level 4 and level 3 in the gloves, level 4 and 2 level 1s in the waist, and level 4 and level 1 in the legs. Now, as mentioned, while as a whole, if you look at the complete armor set, it might not necessarily be the new meta, the thing that you instantly gravitate towards. There are a few noteworthy pieces, namely the helmet, if you do want latent power, has 3 points, whether you go alpha or beta. They both have 3 points in latent power and some nice slots, so that is pretty cool. The legs having 2 points in focus, whether you go alpha or beta, means you do have some great options there. Of course, if you do want to, if you're running a charge blade set and you want focus, or you're running a greatsword set, something like that, then that could be a potential option. And having 2 points in Part Breaker in the gloves is also very nice. Again, same depending on whether you get Alpha or Beta. The Alpha gloves look really cool. I love that sort of spike or the claws on the right arm, but of course, leaning more into the Beta, 2 points in Part Breaker is quite nice if you want to kind of put together a set that is focused specifically on breaking parts. Very good in something like the Guiding Lands, of course, if you want to kind of level up and do things at the same time. So all up, maybe not necessarily the absolute new meta set, but definitely some interesting skills in there that you can make some use of. So still kind of worth crafting. I'll definitely be picking up a few of these pieces. I think I can see myself kind of grabbing the legs and the arms and then sort of seeing what I can make from there. Of course, as always, if you guys do have some mix sets you put together using these pieces, do submit those. I'll probably bring Mix Set Monday back next week to maybe kind of do a couple of Stygian Zinogre mixes, and maybe if we do get xeno'jiiva in its full form and we can craft the armor for that, then of course there'll be some interesting potential to mix things together. Of course, if we then turn our attention to the weapons, we have the Stygian Zinogre weapons. Unfortunately, a few of these did get the metal bone treatment, the sort of iron treatment. So Stygian Zinogre used to have an incredibly cool greatsword, so it's kind of sad to sort of see it in this form. Most of the weapons are kind of cool, most of them are intact. Of course, if you kind of do get your typical weapons that have the nice designs, then, you know, the Stygian colour scheme is very cool. The Charge Blade looks awesome, the Sword and Shield looks awesome, the Hunting Horn being like that electric guitar, very, very cool. Insect Glaive, really like that one. So there's some great options here. But generally speaking, top level for these is they've got decent attack, they've got some nice sharpness, a lot of purple. You know, they start with like a little slither, but of course with Handicraft you can boost that up quite considerably. They've got decent dragon attack, not the highest dragon attack weapon, so of course if you are still leaning more into dragon, then things like Shara Ishvalda tends to have higher dragon than this and can also get to purple. So not entirely sure exactly where they're going to fit in the whole overall weapon placement, not necessarily the best, but we are of course looking at the basic upgrade version. I imagine once we fight like a tempered version or something like that, we'll be able to upgrade them, so we'll just sort of see the fully upgraded versions a little bit later. But for the time being, they do come from their own tree, so you can craft them outright. Not too bad to craft, so you can start off with the Rarity 11 version and then upgrade them from there. Either way, definitely still some cool designs, irrespective of how good or bad they are. I'm definitely be crafting things like the Sword and Shield because I just want that cool dragon sword and shield, a few other things like that. So for the time being, that's a look at some of the weapons. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to keep it locked because again, as mentioned, once we find out more about xeno'jiiva, hopefully in the developer diary tomorrow, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date, give you guys all the latest straight away. And of course, if we then get to hunt it, there'll be lots more stuff to explore, some armor, some weapons, loads of cool stuff. So basically, keep it locked if you want to know more. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you guys a chance to watch a tiny bit more gameplay. I'm actually going to be uploading a proper hunt against both Sygian Zinogre and also xeno'jiiva later on. I actually did some hunts with the guys over on stream, on the Twitch stream, both myself, TwoSixNine, Paradise Central, and Vestmore. Full voices, everything, just a lot of fun. And I enjoy recording those hunts because it's just sort of like us joking around with each other, having some fun while hunting at the same time. So one of those will drop tomorrow, one of those will drop on Saturday. So stay tuned for those. Hopefully if you guys enjoy those, we can kind of do more of that as well. But either way, here's a little taste of some Stygian Zinogre just towards the end of the hunt to give you like a little taste of him so far. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget, you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.